Chicago Bulls, American professional basketball team based in Chicago that plays in the National Basketball Association, NBA. The Bulls are probably most associated with former shooting guard Michael Jordan, who led the team to 6 NBA championships, 1991-93, 1996-98, and is viewed by many observers as the greatest basketball player of all time. The franchise was established in 1966 and got off to a promising start, with the best record ever for an NBA expansion team, 33 wins and 48 losses. Led by standouts Bob Love, Chet Walker, Jerry Sloan, and Norm Van Lier, the Bulls qualified for the playoffs every year between the 1969-70 and 1974-75 seasons, but they advanced past the first round only twice. After the talented foursome left the team, the Bulls slid into mediocrity and posted losing seasons through most of the late 1970s and early 1980s. In 1984, Chicago drafted Jordan with the 3rd overall selection of the NBA draft, and the team began its ascent to dominance. Jordan won the NBA's Rookie of the Year award in the 1984-85 season and led Chicago to the first of 14 consecutive playoff berths. However, his stellar individual play did not immediately translate to postseason success for his team, as the Bulls lost in the first round of the playoffs in each of Jordan's first 3 years. In 1987, Chicago added forward Scottie Pippen, who perfectly complemented Jordan's skills and dramatically improved the overall quality of the young team. In 1989, the Bulls advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals only to be eliminated from the playoffs for the second consecutive year by the Detroit Pistons. Following the season, the Bulls replaced head coach Doug Collins with Phil Jackson. Jackson and assistant coach Tex Winter installed the triangle offense, an offensive scheme predicated on the precise spacing of players and movement without the ball, which discouraged opposing defensive players from double-teaming Jordan. With a new offense in place, Jordan, Pippen, and a roster of key role players, including gritty forward Horace Grant, veteran center Bill Cartwright, and three-point shooting specialist John Paxson, pushed the Pistons to a 7th game before losing in the 1990 Eastern Conference Finals. The Bulls finally overcame their persistent adversaries the following year, sweeping Detroit in 4 games to earn a berth in the 1991 NBA Finals, where the Bulls defeated the Los Angeles Lakers for their first title. The Bulls repeated as champions in 1992 and 1993, becoming the first NBA team to win 3 consecutive titles since the Boston Celtics won 8 in a row between 1959 and 1966. Jordan retired before the 1993-94 season, citing a lack of interest in basketball and a desire to pursue a career in professional baseball, and the Bulls regressed in his absence, losing in the second round of the 1994 playoffs. In March 1995, Jordan returned to the team, but his late addition to the Bulls roster was not enough to prevent another early postseason exit. The team added flamboyant and controversial star rebounder Dennis Rodman in the 1995 offseason, and the re-energized Bulls, with the help of stellar side players such as Steve Kerr, tore through the league the next year, setting an NBA record with 72 wins and only 10 losses, which was broken by the Golden State Warriors in 2015-16. The Bulls capped their run by beating the Seattle Supersonics in the 1996 NBA Finals. Chicago advanced to the finals again in 1997 and 1998, and the Bulls defeated the Utah Jazz to capture the NBA title on each occasion. After guiding the team to 6 championships in 8 years, Jackson, who had grown unhappy with the team's management, especially with general manager Jerry Krause, to whom some had ascribed much credit for the Bulls' success, decided to leave Chicago after the 1997-98 season. His departure spurred Jordan's second retirement, Pippen's demand to be traded to a new team, and Rodman's decision to sign with the Lakers. Without Jackson and their 3 best players, the suddenly talent-depleted Bulls finished with the worst record in the Eastern Conference the following 4 straight seasons. A slow rebuilding process resulted in Chicago's returning to the playoffs 3 consecutive times beginning in the 2004-05 season. Behind the play of star point guard Derrick Rose, the Bulls posted the best record in the NBA during the 2010-11 and 2011-12 regular seasons, but the team lost in the Eastern Conference Finals in the former season and was upset by the 8th-seeded Philadelphia 76ers in the latter after Rose was sidelined with a severe knee injury late in Game 1 of the series. Rose missed all of the following season, and a separate injury knocked him out of all but 10 games in 2013-14, but the tenacious Bulls managed to qualify for the playoffs without their superstar in both seasons. Rose appeared in nearly a third of the team's games during the 2014-15 season, and the Bulls again made the postseason only to lose in the second round. The franchise made a coaching change during the following off-season in an effort to stem the Bulls' diminishing returns on the court, but Chicago finished with a 42-40 record in 2015-16 and ended its 7-season streak of qualifying for the playoffs. In the following off-season, the team let Rose leave in free agency and added hometown hero Dwayne Wade to play alongside burgeoning star Jimmy Butler. That combination led the Bulls back to the playoffs in 2016-17, which resulted in an opening round loss. The team parted ways with Wade and Butler in the following off-season, resulting in the Bulls winning 14 fewer games in 2017-18 and initiating a rebuilding effort.